Ghost Martin put on a show last night, outboxing Michel Rivera for 12 rounds, pretty much. Frank Martin, known as a knockout dude, he got these last 6 knockouts straight. Good defense, good footwork, very calculated, very patient, very strong fighter, very strong, bro. He just has a strong physique, you know, very agile. Somebody so that calm in the ring is dangerous, bro. He's gonna be dangerous, but we still got to see him against the top guys. He called out some of the top guys, and that's what we're gonna talk about real quick. How does Frank Martin shape up against some of the top guys at 135? Let's talk Tank Davis for a minute. Y'all already know I said on my post-fight, I think a fight between Frank Martin and Gervonta Tank Davis will be a pretty good fight. It'll be a huge test for Frank Martin. They both are not volume punches. Tank Davis he obviously has the more experience. He's more seasoned. He has more fights. He has the more punching power. But they both are calculated in what they do. I think Frank Martin might be a better counterpuncher too, but I saw that last night. But then again, is he better against what kind of competition? Michel Rivera is one of my favorite fighters. Everybody know that. But he's not in the upper echelon yet. He's like mid-tier to me. All right? Frank Martin made it look easy there. He made it look easy, bro. Does that tell you what kind of fighter Frank Martin is? Yeah, it can. Does it tell you if he's better than the top dudes? No, because we didn't see him in there with him yet. But he's on the right path. He's on the right trajectory. A fight with him and Tank, he would do good against Tank, but we don't know. His chin didn't get tested yet. We haven't seen Frank Martin chin tested. See, I think a boxer, like, we might look at him as being good. All of them, even Shakur Stevenson, all these guys, they seem to be the goods until you get to see how their chin get really tested. And we haven't seen Shakur's chin tested yet. Devin Haney's chin slightly was tested, by Jorge Linares, an older dude, but you know, hey, give or take. But we haven't seen Frank Martin's chin tested yet. Somebody with some power, like a Rolly. He called out Rolly last night. If he can take a punch from Rolly's probably one of the hardest hitters at 135. Isaac Cruz is another one. But if he can take a punch from Rolly and not be wobbly and jelly-legged all over the ring, you would probably good indicator that he might have a good solid chin. But right now, we don't know yet. That's the only thing that is when we come in and fighting Tank. We don't know how he'll take his punch. Again, though, he's savvy, so he might be able to slip a lot of Tank's punches. And Tank is going to get hit by Frank too, so you got to keep that in mind as well. But ultimately, I think Tank beats him right now. I'm not sure if he knocks him out, but it'll be a good chess match though. Tank probably outbox him. I don't see him catching Frank Martin with the same shit that he caught like a Leo Santa Cruz, because Frank Martin is not as active as Leo Santa Cruz, so his guard is always up. There's some flaws with Frank Martin, but he's not as flawed as Leo Santa Cruz is, man. He's easier to get hit than a Frank Martin would be. And I think Tank would be a little bit more cautious going in against Frank Martin, trying to run up in him like he ran up in Leo Santa Cruz. He didn't really respect Leo's power. Tank might respect Frank Martin's power. So that's why I think that's one of the ultimate fights that is probably on the horizon, man. That should be an easier fight to make because they both damn near on the same side of the street. Devin Haney he called out as well. So how would the fight with Devin and Frank Martin look? That fight would be, to me, I think that's a one-sided fight. Frank Martin is good. He has good boxing skill. His jab is developing. But I'm going to say this, man, Devin Haney, man, is a dark horse. I think he's a sleeper, dude. I know a lot of people complain about his power, but I think he's going to be a nightmare at 140. I just think he is. At 135, Frank will probably beat him, maybe because he'd be a little bit drained. Because Devin, he can't make the weight that much anymore. So we got to take that into consideration. But at a catch weight or at 140, I think Devin will beat Frank Martin. I think Frank Martin beat Devin at 135 though. But Frank Martin, Devin still got to be careful. You got to be careful with power punches, man. Absolutely. So he would look good against Devin for like I probably say like the first 3 rounds, maybe. Trying to get up at Devin when Devin started to calculate it and time everything. That jab, bro. Michel was kind of popping Frank Martin with the jab a little bit. Michel jab ain't nowhere near as good as Devin Haney's jab. There's levels to this shit, bro. I'm telling y'all, it's not always about punching power, man. Y'all know this already. How many times these boxers got to keep proving that to y'all? Sandor Martin just showed you it's not all about punching power. He lost, but he, look what he did in that ring against Teofimo Lopez, man. Dropped him. Man, this is a guy with 30% punch out ratio. You know what I mean? So, and Shakur Stevenson, somebody that he didn't call out last night. Him too. His chin hasn't really been tested yet. That's what it's going to come down to with a lot of these guys. How are these guys' chins? All of them. Frank Martin, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and hell, even Tank Davis is the most proven. He has the most proven chin out of all of these dudes in his age range. All right, so that's what it's gonna come down to in a lot of these fights, y'all. The chin, who can take the punch. That's what it's gonna come down to. And if Shakur can take a punch from Frank Martin, then he'll hang in there. I think Shakur will give Frank a good run though. Shakur's gonna be a little bit more in the pocket. He's not gonna move around as much as Devin will, stuff like that. So he's gonna be there a little bit more easier to hit, so to speak. The funny thing about Shakur Stevenson, what makes him so amazing is he doesn't need to move around much, and he still don't fucking get hit. That shit is crazy. Like, he'll still be in front of you, but you can't hit this motherfucker. The defense is out of this fucking world. So not only that, he's a monster too. He's gonna probably be a problem at 135, man. I think we ain't seen him fight yet. Let's see how his power does here at 135. If he start getting knockouts, he's a big deal, man. He's gonna be a huge problem, man. Shakur Stevenson. Shakur is probably the only one that probably can beat. Right now, I would give Shakur at 135. Shakur can probably beat Frank Martin on points, and Tank Davis. That's more of a closer fight than people think it is. If Frank Martin is more defensively responsible than he is, he can beat Tank. He probably can beat Tank on the cards. A knockout, don't know. We're gonna see how Tank responds to Frank Martin's power. Will Frank Martin be the hardest puncher that he's faced? I don't know, because Tank has faced Rolly and Isaac Cruz, probably some of the hardest punches at 135, and he ate him. So Tank is probably called a Tank for a reason. It's gonna take somebody with some special skill and a whole lot of punching power to beat Tank Davis. It's about to knock him out, knocking him out, beating him. Devin can beat him on the points, but I'm talking about just to knock Tank flat out. It's gonna take somebody with some Thanos power to really knock this little motherfucker out. I'm talking about at least on his weight class. I know the upper weight class dudes will probably knock him out, but even Tank could probably knock some of them dudes out, because a lot of people say Tank hit like a cruiserweight. I've seen a few people say that he hit like a 200-pounder. So, hey, can Frank take his punch, bro? I'm telling you, that's what it's going to ultimately come down to. So overall, I think the only guys that beat Frank Martin right now is Shakur Stevenson, and I will put Tank up there. I don't think he's ready for Tank yet. I don't think he beats Tank yet. He doesn't beat Shakur. I don't know if he beats Devin even, bro. I don't think he beats Devin. I think Devin outpoints him. But he beats the rest of these dudes. I think he beats Isaac Cruz. He definitely beats Rolly. With a little bit more experience, he'll probably be ready for like a Tank. I don't think he's ready yet, but I like to see it. And Keyshawn Davis is another one. I would like to see a Keyshawn Davis with Frank Martin. That fight is more of a legacy fight to me. That's kind of like, that would be an extended, like an extension of a Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. That's how I would see that fight. I think Frank Martin is more technical than Errol Spence, even right now, after seeing what he did in Michel Rivera. But Keyshawn Davis and Frank Martin is like Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. That's how I see it. They both train with them. Those is like their little prodigies almost. So Keyshawn Davis, that's a toss-up fight. He still needs experience. Frank got more experience, but Keyshawn seemed like he's that shit right now, man. But we will have to see. But for sure, Devin beats him, I think. Tank beats him, and Shakur. Just my take. Let me know how you feel about that. It's your boy Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all the next one, man. And I'm out. Peace out.